I know, but it'd be nice to say, hey, I'm Drew, and you say you're Cass, and, like, we introduce ourselves. Because, you know, at this point, we still haven't actually talked about who we are as people.
I guess, but I'm definitely gonna, when I'm editing, I'm gonna clip that part about, hey, I'm Drew, and hey, you're Cass to the beginning, and put that as the intro. I just want to open with a joke about your reflector.
Yeah.
What's the joke?
Well, it's a new reflector. I just went out and picked it up, like, when I was getting my, what do you call them? Passport photos. I was getting my passport photos taken, and I was like, oh, hey, they have reflectors here. I'm going to buy one. So I went out and bought one, and, you know, ever since, I've just been thinking a lot about the past year, and, you know...
Yeah, you've been reflecting a lot on the past year, because you bought a reflector.
I didn't say the joke was well crafted. Like, I didn't put a lot of work into it. I only just got this thing today.
Yeah, so you've had an entire day to think about a joke that
I've had an hour. I've had an hour to think of that joke.
And it's still a bad joke. You know my goosebump joke? The what happens when a goose crosses the road without looking? That took me 10 minutes to think of, Drew.
Well, maybe you're just a funnier person than I am.
I think I am.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
Was that your entire topic about the reflector?
Pretty much. Like, I know it's going to improve my photography game and all, but, like, beyond that, you know, I didn't have much else to talk about.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a reflector. Everyone uses them.
Sorry, I'm writing something down.
What are you writing down?
Just some notes for the next podcast.
Don't let Drew take the lead.
No, that says talk.
Oh, talk.
Yeah, don't let Drew talk.
It's going to be a very one-sided conversation.
Or read. Yeah, I guess, but, you know, I'm good at talking to myself. I do it all the time in the shower. So,
oh, okay.
So I think I'm a pretty funny person. I think about, you know, the universe and, like, human beings as a whole a lot. And I think about how I can destroy them emotionally and make fun of them.
Todd.
Yeah.
Like, I can think of a person that directly corresponds with Todd. We can't mention people by name.
Oh, I'll just edit that out.
You won't. I told you to edit out all the swearing in the last episode.
Yeah, but that's a lot of swearing.
That is a lot of swearing.
I didn't want to go through and listen to the entire thing again and just, like, bleep things out. It's hard.
I did.
You did?
I listened to the whole thing.
Then why didn't you edit out stuff?
Because it was already uploaded.
Then why... If you want to edit out swear words, then you can do it, but I'm too lazy for that.
Fair enough. But...
And, like, I was editing it, doing the final edits on a Saturday, which is when I wanted to have it uploaded, and I told you I wanted to have it uploaded, and it was, like, 3 o'clock, and I was just like, you know what, I can't go through all this and edit out every single swear word. I'm just gonna upload it and hope for the best. So, episode 1 isn't family friendly, but episode 2, I'm gonna try. Can you get off your phone and pay attention to me?
I'm looking for my topic.
What? You said you had a topic already ready.
Well, ready as in I had it fresh in my mind.
And what is the topic?
Okay, so this came across my feed today, and it blew my mind. A certain restaurant chain, I'm not sure if we can mention them by name because we don't have lawyers. This brand right here.
Oh, Greasy Pasta.
The Greasy Pasta Company is now selling an annual, unlimited pasta pass.
Drew, I don't think we can talk about this.
Why can't we talk about this?
Because this is a thing on the McElroy's podcast. It's called Munch Squad.
What?
They talk about food news on their podcast. It's an entire bit that they do.
but it's not called... But I'm not calling it Munch Squad. I'm just telling you this amazing thing that's happening in my life.
It's so,
and I want you to be happy for me. Why can't you be happy for me?
No, because,
you understand how much I love pasta, right?
Everyone loves pasta.
No. I love pasta.
I know, you had like 6 bags of angel hair spaghetti upstairs.
Yes, but like on top of that, I have fallen asleep to the sounds of people making pasta by hand.
What?
I put on videos of people making pasta, and I use that to help me fall asleep. That's my ASMR. Pasta is my ASMR.
I'm trying to like process that.
And not in a sexual way at all.
No, I didn't think it was in a sexual way, Drew.
Usually when people think of ASMR, it's like, oh, that's a sexual thing, right?
No, ASMR is like a calming thing.
It's definitely a sexual thing.
It's not.
Like
people just
in
turn
the description.
It into that.
Yeah. And
but it's not like that's not what it's supposed to be about.
I love pasta.
I know you love pasta, so Olive Garden has an annual pasta pass.
Olive Garden has an annual pasta pass that gets you free pasta for the year.
For $300?
That is a price I'm willing to pay for greasy pasta.
Okay, but for $300, you know what that is a little, that's cheap.
Because think about it. You could eat at Olive Garden every day for a whole year and pay like
only for the price of drinks.
Only for the price of drinks.
Oh my god.
Honestly, they're losing money on this.
You could go there like once a week, and like usually their meals are like $25, and if you go there once a week, like within 12 weeks, you've already made back.
Exactly.
Holy crap! This is.
I don't know, like, they're only selling 1,000 of them. But
we need to go to Olive Garden tomorrow.
If someone is willing to buy me the pasta pass, I will be forever grateful.
Let's just create a GoFundMe with the goal of $600 and just buy Cass and Drew a pasta pass.
Okay. I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay.
You gotta fill the air.
Well, while
you
work on that, I'm gonna go with one of our fan topics, which was school memories. I've already told you this story in the car the other day, but I feel like I want to bring it up to publicly shame myself. Because one of my most embarrassing memories from school, it wasn't like really embarrassing because nobody knew about it, but I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I peed myself in 6th grade during my choir period. It was the second to last period of the day, and I had this teacher named Mr. Loney who's like intimidating.
We'll bleep it out.
Okay. He's insanely scary.
But he's like
the chillest person ever.
He's really nice. I like him.
He's amazing. But he's super intimidating, and so I had to go to my locker to get my choir folder, and it was like 10 minutes left in class, and I asked him, and he said, okay, you have 2 minutes to go get your thing. But I really needed to use the restroom. So I was just like, you know what, I can hold it, I can do this, I can make it till the end of the period. I couldn't. I got to my locker, and I opened it, and I kept, like, messing up the combination because my hands were shaking. I needed to pee that bad, and I peed myself mid-locker opening, and I was just like, is this actually happening to me? Am I peeing myself in middle school?
Can I pause your urination real quick?
Yeah.
What charity does our GoFundMe fall under? Is it Accidents and Emergencies?
Dreams, Hopes, and Wishes.
Dreams, Hopes, and Wishes?
Dreams, Hopes, and Wishes.
There we go. Okay. Continue.
Where was I? Oh yeah, I peed myself mid-locker opening, and I was freaking out because I was like, is this actually happening to me? Am I 12 years old and still pissing myself at school? And I did.
I need a picture of pasta.
Get a picture of pasta. So I hurriedly, like, I opened my locker, got my thing, closed it, ran back to class, and I was in black sweatpants because I was a horrible, horrible middle schooler with no sense of fashion. And nobody noticed, and I just kind of, like, stood there as Mr. Loney was giving this speech, and I was just, like, on the verge of crying. And then the period ends, and I go to my friend Jayza, who... Hi, Jayza. We recently got back into touch. And
Are we going to bleep her out, too?
No.
Okay.
Why would I? No. The story is directly related to her, and I don't think she'll mind being on the podcast. Jayza was having a bad day, so, I think it was, like, guy issues or something. So, she was crying and telling me about, like, how bad her day was, and I just said, Jayza, I just peed myself. And, like, we kind of just made eye contact for 10 seconds before both bursting out laughing. And it was, like, I was, like, really proud of myself for making my friend's day better. But at the same time, I peed myself at school. And I had to deal with that. And I'm making this public now because, you know, I've got a good self-esteem, and anybody finding out about this will probably think it's hilarious. But yeah, I peed myself in middle school. I'm gonna say that one more time. I peed myself in middle school. You got any responses?
It's not ready yet.
No.
To you peeing yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was kind of... That's embarrassing for you.
No, duh. That's why I brought it up.
See,
it's like the most, like, what's the word? Vague?
Vague.
Not vague.
Not vague.
Vivid. It's the most vivid middle school memory that I have. Because, like, otherwise I don't remember anything that happened in middle school. It was just a veil of depression. But, like, otherwise, like, all I remember is just, yeah, I peed myself.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I went to my locker after school to get my backpack, and everybody was just like, "Oh man, somebody spilled their lemonade. When's the janitor gonna clean that up?" And I was just like, yeah, lemonade. Man.
They thought it was lemonade?
They thought it was lemonade, because this is gonna sound so weird saying it. Nobody could smell it. Nobody could, like, tell.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good.
I guess? But at the same time... Like, it was just this thing that only me and my friend knew about. And then I was like, "Mom, could you pick me up? I've had a rough day." And I called her, because usually I walk home, and I didn't want to walk home completely soaked. And, Mom picked me up, and she was like, "What happened? What's going on? What, are you okay?" And I was just like, "Mom, I peed myself." And I was like, I started bawling and just let loose. And then she was like, "Oh, I thought I trained you better." Like, that's her response. And then she's just like, "It's fine, it's okay, we'll go home." And then we just rode in silence until she turned on the radio. And the first song that came on was "Let It Go." Second song that came on was "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls."
I highly doubt this.
No, it was legit. That's what happened.
I've never heard this part of the story.
Yeah, because I didn't tell you this part of the story. But, like, a whole bunch of, like, water-related music came on, and just, like, Letting It Go music came on, because, you know, we had the Frozen soundtrack in the car.
Right.
And it was just, like, I was just sitting there, like, staring out the window, like, what is this day? I don't understand.
You know, with a little bit of refinement, that could be worked into a fantastic comedy, like stand-up comedy routine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, when I do my improv, that's definitely going to be brought up. Okay. I need to, like, clean it up a little bit, but I'll talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you can't not talk about the day that you peed yourself in middle school.
Oh, absolutely.
In a public place.
In a public place.
Surrounded.
In a very public place, because it's middle school.
Surrounded by your peers.
Surrounded by my peers, and nobody knew. No one. Until now, when it's going on YouTube, and all my peers listen to this podcast.
You got away with this scot-free.
Yeah. Let's see. It was 6th, 7th, 8th, and now... freshman, sophomore, junior. I got away for that for 6 years. 6 years.
I'm just looking up what the statute of limitations is for Oregon.
Public urination?
For public urination. Public urination.
Well, it's not like I meant to do it.
Let's see. Public urination laws and penalties. This is on my history now.
And I was a minor at the time, too, so it's not like it'll go on my record.
Oh, this is a website for a criminal defense lawyer.
Oh, we should get me my lawyer for my public urination 6 years ago.
They really want to... Okay, let's do live chat.
No! No! Oh my god!
We have entered a conversation. We're waiting on the operator. Show keyboard.
Oh, it's gonna be a robot.
Yeah. Hi, Gina. Her name is Gina. Oh. Wait.
Drew, what? This is Podcast Killer.
Hi, Gina. I was just wondering... for a friend... What is the statute of limitations on public urination?
Public urination.
Yes. Listen, podcasting... Double public urination, because it was in a school.
It was in a school.
It was in a middle school. I'm sending this.
It was in middle school, and no one was there. Like, no one was in the hallways. There was no teachers. I was just completely...
You were the only one there?
I was the only one there, so, like, there's no witnesses.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're just waiting on Gina's response. I don't have any embarrassing stories from high school or middle school.
Because you were a perfect human being?
Yes. Also because I didn't do things.
What about the time when you were trying to do a barrel roll on stage and you dove off?
Well, you just told the whole story right there.
Yeah, but... Oh.
I'm sorry, I can't say
it's
for sure. It's a robot. I want to talk to a lawyer. I want my one phone call.
Drew.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, but there's nothing, like, to incriminate me except for this podcast. This is my confession tape.
Well, it's likely your DNA is
you're
still...
doing the voice.
Yes, I am. We talked about this off the podcast. Apparently I have a podcasting voice.
Okay, it's just getting worse now that I've pointed it out.
That's different from my regular speaking voice. It's more enunciating and clear. Something that, honestly, I think I should adopt into my, like, regular vocabulary.
No, because it sounds so weird. You sound robotic.
Yes, like, it's like...
It's uncomfortable, like...
It's almost as if I'm on the phone doing a telemarketing call. Or a cold call for a clinic or something.
You're just making it worse.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Why are you doing this?
Why are you talking so quietly? The microphone cannot hear you.
Because I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable with this narrator voice that you've picked up and developed only when we're podcasting.
Listen, this is who I am. This is
not
my brand.
It's not who you are. This is a fake you that you're just developing, and I don't know why. Why? Like, just talk like you would normally talk.
Can I be serious? I'm gonna get close to the mic, because...
Okay, get close to the mic.
I'm getting close to the mic, because I want to talk in my regular voice. I want to talk with my own voice when I'm saying this. I am afraid.
Afraid?
I am afraid that I'm gonna slip up, and because of, my past, with my speech impediment and all of my training, it's just gonna slip away, and I'm gonna lisp on just the worst possible word.
Okay. Well, that kind of, like, brings me into the topic that I wanted to talk about. It was the one that I'm bringing to the table, which is, like, fears. Your worst fears.
I think you should say that a bit louder.
Fears!
Thank you.
Yeah. It's gonna be the loudest thing now.
Yeah. Well, I think the loudest thing is you denying my true voice.
It's not
as a podcaster.
True voice. Why can't you just talk like a normal person?
Because I'm not.
Yes, you are. It's just when as soon as the recording goes on, you just stare at the recording and you talk in that weird narrator voice, and it's just, I'm scared because it makes me uncomfortable and I want to scoot away from you, but I can't because we're sharing the same microphone. Like, there's nothing I can do to escape it.
This is the identity I have adopted. This is the mask that I wear to hide the soft, squishy being that is Drew.
It's so fake. This is what our sister was talking about. This is what Kat was talking about. She says we're fake. We're fake, Drew. We're throwing jokes back and forth. We need to be real. And it's starting with your voice. Your stupid, enunciated narrator voice.
This is the Batman growl to my Bruce Banner.
Oh my
God.
Bruce Banner?
They're both named Bruce, okay?
Okay, but there's a clear difference between Banner and Wayne. One makes all their own inventions, one pays for all their inventions.
Bruce Wayne makes this stuff too.
Really?
Yeah. What do you think he does in the Batcave?
Sulks.
Well, yes,
Bees emo.
That
listens to My Chemical Romance.
But that doesn't take up the whole Batcave. Okay, it takes up a substantial amount of the Batcave.
It takes up a lot of his time, not like space in the Batcave. Like, I feel like the most of the space in the Batcave is dedicated to just all the inventions he's bought. Like, that's why he has the company still, is to make his own bat inventions. And because it makes him, like, a lot of money.
It does make him a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Honestly. Like, comparing Bruce Banner to Bruce Wayne, I think the only thing that really stands is Bruce Banner is still paying off his student loans.
They're both pretty emo, though.
Yeah.
Like, especially, like, the new, like, cinematic Marvel universe. They've made Bruce Banner pretty emo.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting better, though.
He's getting better, but at the same time, it's like...
It's been, like, 10 years for his character to develop.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to see this, like, nearing midlife man being emo. Like, I don't want to relate to this midlife man.
Hey, speaking of midlife... The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been around for over half of yours. How do you feel about that?
I mean, lots of things have been around for, like, longer than I've been alive.
It's fair enough. One Tree Hill is still going, I think. I think.
Like, most soap operas have been going on longer than I've been going on.
Yeah, but those aren't as big as something like the cinematic universe.
Yeah, but it's still like pretty ridiculous.
Okay, so that's fair to
like,
think about.
I'm not thinking about like big. I'm thinking about ridiculous.
I still get a little queasy when I think about the fact that Game of Thrones has been around for nearly half my life.
The TV series or the books?
The TV series.
The TV series?
Yes.
When did the TV series
The TV
start?
started in, I think, 2011?
Oh, that's not half your life.
I said nearly.
That's not nearly either. 2011 would have been 7 years ago, Drew. You're not 14 years old.
I'm 14 at heart. Okay, I made a mistake in the math. But it's been around for a substantial amount of time.
Wow, they have the final episode date out already?
Oh, yeah. They announced it. Like, that this season's going to be the last one. And then they're going to get 2 prequel series.
I don't understand Game of Thrones. I've never watched it. I don't, like, have the need to watch it. Like, I'm not interested in it, but, you know, it's It's there. It exists. It's cool, I guess. People really like it. Dad makes people watch reaction videos from it whenever they come over.
Yeah. He really likes it.
He really, really enjoys it. He really likes the reaction videos, too. Like, my biggest fear is, like, when Dad comes over, or when my friends come over, Dad's gonna make them sit down and watch a Game of Thrones reaction video. Like, have you guys heard about the Reigns of Castamere? And I'll just be like, no, what's that? Well, let me sit you down, kiddos.
Let me just clarify something. She made a hand motion that went with that weird pause beforehand. She was slamming her hands onto the table.
I realized that that's podcast death if I actually slam my hands on the table, so I hovered for a second and then put my hands down. Because you had that complaint last time.
Can I interject real quick? Just cut this off where it stands. We haven't done an intro yet. And we're almost 30 minutes in.
Well, last time for the intro, I just cut off a bit where we were, talking about how crappy we are at podcasts, and I put that as the intro.
Right.
So I'm just, clipping out funny bits. We don't need to do, a pre-recorded intro.
I know, but it'd be nice to say, hey, I'm Drew, and you say you're Cass, and, we introduce ourselves. Because, at this point, we still haven't actually talked about who we are as people.
I guess, but, I'm definitely gonna, when I'm editing, I'm gonna clip that part about, hey, I'm Drew, and hey, you're Cass to the beginning, and put that as the intro.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough.
That works.
Okay.
So should we talk about who we are?
I feel like we should talk about who we are.
Is that your topic that you picked out?
That's not my topic. My topic was the Olive Garden thing.
Oh yeah, okay.
And we just paved right over that. We turned that into a parking lot for a CVS.
Okay. Well, what should we talk about ourselves?
Who are we? What are our credentials? Why should people even listen to us?
Hello, my name is Cass,
Stop.
and I go...
Stop right there.
And
No.
I went pee-pee in my pants.
Oh my goodness. That's her only credential.
Hello? I went pee-pee in my pants. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
You need to stop right now.
I'm sorry.
Please stop. This is the worst.
Hello? Don't you dare pause the recording.
I think I need to.
No, we're not stopping.
No, I legitimately think I need to.
Why?
Because...
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pause it.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
I am terrified of being forgotten by my family and friends. The people that are close to me, I'm terrified of the idea of, walking in the door and them not knowing who I am. That's just what scares me. Just, being forgotten.
Who are you?
Don't laugh. This is a legitimate fear. This is what I'm afraid. This is what I'm terrified of. This has haunted me for so long.
But why?
I don't know.
Is there something, deep down psychologically that is, put this into your brain?
I mean, probably. Maybe Clannad?
Clannad?
Yeah, it's like a anime from a long time ago.
What?
It was really sad.
Well, give me a synopsis so I can connect this to your weird, forgotten dream. Or fear.
Japanese high school love story, that's pretty much it.
What's
it's
the forgotten part about it?
Oh, there was this character who I don't even remember why it was happening, but she was just phasing out of existence. and people were forgetting her.
Yeah, I can kind of see how that's scary. Just to, like, disappear and, like, not leave a mark on anything.
Mm-hmm.
I guess... I'm not really afraid of that happening to me. I kind of, like... I don't know what any of my fears are, honestly.
Why would you even bring up this topic?
Because it's something for us to talk about, then.
Well, then let's talk about what you're afraid of.
I don't know what I'm afraid of.
Well, there's gotta be something.
I know what you're afraid of, so let's talk about what you're afraid of.
Okay. Well, I talked about what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, let's talk about it more in depth. Let's have a running conversation.
I think it's the reason people make things.
To not be forgotten?
To not be forgotten.
Yeah, like...
Like, eventually... You know, this... Oh my god, this dog.
So, the whole reason we make things?
Right, sorry, this dog is distracting. I forgot what I was doing.
You were talking about the reason people make things is to not be forgotten.
Well, clearly, I mean, we want to be heard, we want to leave an impact. And there goes my train of thought. Sailing off into the horizon.
Okay, yeah, I can acknowledge that.
Red moon, or is that the moon? Oh yeah, it's the moon. It's red.
Anyways.
The moon is red.
Okay. Great, you know your colors, buddy.
Yay!
No, but, yeah, I guess that's a thing, but, like, I want to make an impact on the world, but I'm not afraid that if I don't, I'll just disappear from existence and no one will know, like, who I am. It's a fear for you, I guess, because...
It's not something that you're afraid of.
No, like, I don't know what I'm afraid of.
Well, this makes for a pretty crappy topic, then.
No, because we can keep talking.
About what?
About fears, like...
Okay, scorpions are pretty nasty.
Okay, yeah, you're right. This is a bad topic. I shouldn't have brought it up.
You shouldn't have a podcast.
No, we shouldn't have brought that topic up. I'm just trying to think, like... I guess I'm afraid of being alone, but at the same time, I really like being alone.
With all your talk of, like, boys and stuff, it's kind of gross.
Boys?
You're always like, boyfriend, where art thou?
I do that. No, I do that as a running joke because in my friend group, this is kind of bad, but there's a running joke in my friend group about me being boy crazy. It's not true, but I like leaning into it a lot because it makes everyone really uncomfortable, and that's my favorite thing ever. So, like, I'm not really afraid, like, of dying alone. Like, if I die alone, oops, my bad. I guess people don't like me. Everybody's gonna die someday. I used to be really afraid of dying and, like, what comes after death, but, like, at this point, you know, matter, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed, you know? Science and physics and all that. Can you actually, like, talk to me instead of just staring at me?
How big was the blunt you smoked while I was off?
Like, it was big. Like, it was big. I just kind of, like, ate it.
Okay.
It wasn't an edible, but I rolled the blunt, and I didn't have a lighter, so I just...
Okay. Okay.
No, but... I don't know! Because, like... Okay, going into this, I did have a fear in mind, but, like, all of a sudden it's just disappeared, and I can't think of it.
Is it, like, antlions?
Antlions?
They're like bugs that hide in pits in the sand.
No, that wouldn't be...
And they're basically, like, the Sarlacc pit of the animal world. Like...
No, I don't...
It's horrifying.
If I didn't know what they were, how would I be afraid of them?
It's fair enough. But you should be afraid of antlions.
I guess one of my fears is people, like, not enjoying what I create. Because, like, the entire reason I create stuff is so that people will enjoy them.
Mm-hmm. Or be uncomfortable.
Or be uncomfortable. Especially being uncomfortable. Like... one of my favorite people in the world, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
You know him. I love making him uncomfortable because it's so easy to do. Like, you could just stare at him for an unknown period of time, and he'll just get like so like scared, and you can see it in his eyes. Like, I remember one time you like told him a joke, and he got super uncomfortable, and he had to. And he was
that
like,
was a bad joke.
I don't remember what the joke was.
It was a bad joke.
I don't remember what the joke was, but I know that it freaked him out. Was it the hamster one?
No, it wasn't the hamster one. It was a bad one, though. It was like to the level of the hamster one.
You have so many bad jokes, though. It's like hard to pinpoint.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think everyone's afraid of like making something and people not enjoying it, because like the entire reason you create something is for people to enjoy it, or for people to acknowledge it and give you praise,
or to secure the border of France.
What? What?
I mean,
what does that mean, Drew?
Some people.
What does that mean?
Some people invent things for purposes other than other people's enjoyment. Like tear gas. You know, I don't think people enjoyed that. I think people did the opposite of enjoyment there. That was dejoyment.
Okay, so I'm wrong.
I mean, if we're gonna get real bad on this podcast.
This podcast is essentially tear gas. We're trying to create something for people to enjoy, but instead it's just like getting blasted in the face with gas.
You know...
Getting blasted in the face with Cass.
Never say that in my presence again. We're getting close to the end of the episode.
No, we're not. Oh my god, we are!
We have 10 minutes left.
Are we gonna do a fan topic?
A fan topic? Oh, you know what? I have got the best fan topic.
Okay.
I think it was one of your friends that sent this to me.
Was it Tanner?
No, it wasn't Tanner.
Lizard people. Again!
No, this one was a little strange, because I don't quite understand why this person thought I was around for this. But in the 80s... where is it?
In the 80s.
In the 80s, apparently there was an ad campaign for... Where is this thing? I found it.
Okay. Oh, that's... Okay. Yeah.
In the 80s, there was this thing called Freddy Freaker. The freak phone. And I don't know what it is.
This?
But I'm actually going to have to pull this up.
Yeah.
Because there's a theme song.
No,
There's a theme song, and we're not monetizing anything right now, so...
Yeah, we can't monetize until we get 1,000 subscribers, so,
If you listen to the first 5 minutes of this, at least click subscribe.
Yeah.
So Freddy Freaker was a character you could call, and he looks a little bit like Yoda covered in earwax.
That's an accurate description.
And he had this theme song that played on the commercial. And here it is.
It's the freak phone, and here's the party freak. Freddy Freaker, dancing new sensation, grabbing the nation, doing the freak call now.
And they sing the phone number a few times.
Okay.
And like at one point they say like how much it costs to call him, and it's zoomed in on his face, and it turns out this thing is a puppet.
Yeah, no, duh.
This thing is a puppet that I can't fathom
Why would someone
how this got
create
made.
this?
I don't understand the purpose.
It's a monstrosity.
It's horrifying to look at. It will be in the thumbnail.
Oh, yeah.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah, this is gonna be ALF 2.0.
ALF 2.0. We're just gonna have an alien in
And
every
single... You know what? I'll just go back into the Fire Alpaca file and I'll just edit out ALF and replace him with Freddy Freaker.
I mean, you could, but you could also do something a bit more creative than that. Okay. Fair enough. But, okay, so we've talked about what we fear in life. And I'm going to be real with you people here. More real than forgetting or fearing being forgotten. It's primal to fear Freddy Freaker.
It's not some psychological fear. This thing looks like it's straight out of, like, a horror movie, like, low budget. It's the absolute worst.
What's happening? What's jamming? Party till you drop. Darling, hear the action. What's happening? What's not? Call now. 1-900-490-freak. $2 a call.
His eyes glint.
What the heck? What's the purpose of this phone number?
You call him, and you talk to him.
But what's the purpose?
Freddy Freaker, I don't understand.
There's a game?
There's a game.
There's a
Freddy Freaker video game.
There's a fan wiki. Oh my god.
It is just his face. Repeated. So many times over.
Oh my, this is my worst nightmare.
Oh, apparently the game is canon in the Freakerverse.
No.
The first piece of canon media in the franchise since 1989. The game can be downloaded here.
No. Okay.
So.
No. Part 1? The game is part 1?
So, something to look forward to in the coming weeks.
Are we gonna live stream this?
We could live stream it, or we could record it.
Okay. Oh god. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll have that to look forward to. In the coming future, we will play the Freddy Freaker game entitled Don't Freak. We didn't actually find out what Freddy Freaker is.
That's what I was looking up.
Okay. Are we gonna do this in this episode, or just go up, scroll up, click Freddy Freaker in yellow, right there.
Freddy Freaker, sometimes mistakenly spelled Freddy. That's spelled with the Y. It's I-E, not Y, guys. Is a mysterious yellow monster and the central topic of this wiki himself. According to his commercial, he is a party freak, a new dancing sensation, and recent reports say that he is in the process of grabbing the nation from New York to LA. The creature is quite an enigmatic figure, as most of the information provided comes from his 30-second commercial.
Oh no. No one knows what he is.
No one knows! Okay, what's the... No, I don't want to see the user. I want to see the...
That's just the number.
Okay.
There is a phone number that is available to call.
It's probably down.
It's probably disconnected. But apparently Don't Freak came out this year.
Yeah. It came out recently this year. June 17th.
Oh.
So really recent.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's a survival horror game. And it looks like it takes place in Freakerland.
Oh no.
The player's objective is to collect all of the freak phones located in various areas of the forest while avoiding Freddy. Oh, it's a Slenderman rip.
Okay.
I think we can do this.
We can do this. Okay. We need to do an outro.
We need to do an outro.
I think that's standard for podcasting.
Yeah. Do you want to, like, make an outro that we do every single podcast at
No.
the end? You just want to end the podcast?
Yes.
Greasy pasta.
The Greasy Pasta Company